For years, Gregor Samsa has lived as a machine of pure utility. He is a traveling salesman whose entire existence is a series of early trains and bad meals, all endured for a single purpose: to pay off a massive debt his parents owe to his employer. His world is contained within a collection of textile samples. These mundane swatches of cloth are the tools of a trade he detests, yet they represent the only thing keeping his family afloat. Behind the walls of their apartment, his family has settled into a comfortable inertia. His father has spent 5 years in a sluggish retirement, his mother is restricted by chronic asthma, and his sister, Greta, is an idle teenager. Without Gregor's monthly paycheck, their household economy would simply cease to exist. Then, the machine breaks. Gregor wakes from troubled dreams to find his body has been replaced by a giant, armor-plated vermin. He has a stiff, sectioned belly and dozens of thin legs that wave helplessly in the air. Gregor's reaction to this monstrosity is purely professional. He doesn't scream at his new reflection, he panics about missing the 5 o'clock train. To Gregor, being a monster is a secondary problem to being late for work. The supernatural event has instantly vaporized the family's financial safety net. Gregor the human was an asset. Gregor the insect is a catastrophic debt they can no longer afford to service. In the days following the change, Grete becomes his primary link to the human world. She takes on the grueling task of feeding him scraps and cleaning the filth that accumulates in his locked room. Here, empathy functions like a bank account with a rapidly dwindling balance. The family's compassion is tied directly to Gregor's utility. As the realization sets in that he will never earn another cent, the daily effort of his care draws down their limited supply of empathy. The physical labor of scrubbing a monster's room eventually outweighs the memory of a brother's face. Pity is replaced by a heavy, proprietary resentment. When family love is tested by indefinite, uncompensated labor, it ceases to be unconditional. The work itself transforms the caregiver into a victim and the sick family member into a parasite. While Greta grows resentful, their mother retreats into a state of denial. She refuses to allow Gregor's furniture to be moved, insisting that keeping the room unchanged is the only way to invite his human self back. That denial is shattered when she sees Gregor out of his hiding place. He is clinging to a magazine clipping on the wall, a picture of a woman in fur, desperately trying to protect the last physical remnant of his human life. The sight is too much. The mother faints, her mind unable to reconcile the son she loved with the creature currently staring at her. The monster has finally eclipsed the man. This crisis forces the father out of his sluggish retirement. He secures a job as a bank messenger, trading his nightgown for a smart blue uniform with gold buttons. He is no longer an invalid. He is once again the authoritative head of the house. He reasserts his dominance through violence. Finding Gregor out of his room, the father bombards him with apples, driving him back like a wild animal and lodging one of the fruits deep into Gregor's shell to rot. The Samsa family has regained its autonomy, but this new strength is fueled by the systematic subjugation of their son. They have reclaimed their lives by stepping over his broken body. Now the apartment is shared with 3 strict bearded boarders who demand absolute order. Gregor is hidden away like a piece of shameful trash, surrounded by the family's unwanted clutter and dust. Starving and weak, Gregor is drawn out of his room one final time by the sound of Grete playing the violin. To him, the music represents a nourishment he has been searching for his entire life. But the boarders see only the insect. They express their disgust and immediately threaten to leave without paying rent, citing the repugnant conditions of the home. This direct threat to their income is the final straw. Greta explicitly declares that the creature is no longer her brother. She tells her father that if they are to survive, it has to go. Gregor accepts the verdict. He crawls back into his dark room, feels the door bolt behind him, and dies of exhaustion and neglect as the sun begins to rise. When the cleaner finds his body the next morning, the family does not weep. They experience a profound wave of relief, giving thanks to God that the burden has finally been lifted. The aftermath is an immediate celebration of their new freedom. They fire the cleaner, evict the boarders, and take a train ride to the countryside to discuss Greta's future marriage prospects. The story concludes with a final evolution. The family has shed their reliance on a provider and emerged as cold, ruthless survivors. They have achieved their own metamorphosis, blossoming into a life made possible only by the death of the son who once carried them.